Here we are at Synfest 2019 Sonicstate, and I'm here with Mr. Ian Boddy, acclaimed sound designer extraordinaire. And we've got the three big questions. So, question number one,
all right.
We're going to go into the past. What instrument or what piece of gear or what technique would you say was kind of pivotal to your own sort of coming together as an artist or, you know, career, whatever?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Well, coincidentally, it just happens to be there.
Hey!
It's the Roland System 100M, and I've got two of the racks here and the polyphonic keyboard, and I bought one of the racks and that in 1982. 82, and it's still going strong, and it still sounds, in my vernacular, lush.
Lovely.
It still sounds great. And with the polyphonic keyboard, I've got 4 VCOs, 4 VCFs, 4 VCAs, 4 envelopes. Okay, it's a bit like having an Oberheim 4 voice.
Yeah.
I can play it polyphonically, and it's like 4 monophonic sounds all being played polyphonically.
Is it set up to do that now?
Well, I think I might. It's got an arpeggiator kind of playing at the minute. Tuning's a bit squiffy there, but it's cycling through the 4 notes, and I've got it on a random arpeggiator mode. You can have various modes here, all the oscillators at once, or it'll go round them in a cycle. And it just got I've always thought the 100M had a lovely ergonomic interface. All your modulation routings are at the bottom, all your signal inputs are at the top, and you've got a kind of a hands-free bit in the middle. It's not too big, like a big Moog perhaps, but the newer versions of these things are quite small when your fingers. So it just sounds great. It just sounds great.
And you said to me earlier, though, this is quite pivotal in terms of your first album. Or...
It was. I released an album called The Climb in 1983 on vinyl, so it was the first album I did on vinyl. And I bought the 100M in '82, so of course it's all over that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move into the present then. So
right.
In the present, what is currently floating your boat? What would you say is something that typifies your current working process?
I think using a modular setup live. I mean, it depends on the kind of gig I'm doing, but when you do a gig and you've kind of got a backing track and you're playing set tracks that kind of ties you into a structure, which for some environments is what you want to do. But sometimes it's nice to play in strange places, art galleries. I'm trying to get a gig in a tunnel. Oh. These kind of places, that could be cool, a Victorian tunnel.
Yeah.
And I've got a make noise case, and I can turn up, and I've got enough different configurations that I can start to play and improvise for half an hour, it doesn't matter. And every time I play, it'll be different. There's no safety net. It could go wrong, it might not go wrong.
Right.
I did an art gallery recently, and I did a cool thing at the end, because the art exhibition was about time. It was called Defining the Instant. And I said to the audience, right, at the end, I'm going to stop time. And they were all going, oh, is he going to stop time, like? And what I had was a sample of an old vintage TikTok grandfather clock in a Distinct 4, and I could change the pitch. And at the end, I just got the pitch lower and slower, so the ticks became and almost like a drone until there was one last
Stop time.
And I'll never do it again because it was specific to that art gallery exhibition. And that was very cool.
Excellent. Okay, so our third question then is going into the future. What kind of unfulfilled things, is there any instrument that you've never got your hands on? Have you got your eyes on buying a new piece of kit, for instance? Or what does the future hold for Ian Boddy?
Well, this is interesting because in a way it goes back to the past. Things you should never sell. A Roland RE501 tape echo. And Soundgas are over there, and one of these days I must get a tape echo again. Yeah. Why would I want a tape echo when you can do it in software? I've got a Mooga Fuga pedal. It doesn't sound the same. Some things just don't sound the same. I wish I could get my hands on 2 Revox tape recorders so I could do those old tape delay experiments I used to do.
Right.
So sometimes things you've discarded in the past are things you actually want to use in the future, and you wish you hadn't discarded them in the past.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I think that was amazing answers. But so, before we go, anything coming out? Anyone that the audience should know about? Music?
Well, obviously, you know, I'll continue with my Din Records thing. There's I'm doing these Tone Science albums, which are CDs and albums which are focusing in on the new modular scene, where I'm inviting 9 artists on each one to produce tracks, and I'm now up to volume 3, which has been launched today at Synthfest.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you ever so much.
It's a pleasure.
Great.
Great. Thank you.